We have so many people who do not like the fact that we have raised the flags all over the country. They see it as uncouth. They see it as some sort of far-right nationalism. What they don't understand is why this is happening. This is happening because many people feel like we're losing the country. Many people feel like they don't belong here anymore. It's not the country they wanted. And this change hasn't happened democratically. So they feel, no one even asked me. No one ever asks me what I want. And I'm seeing my country, I'm seeing my town, my village, my street changing before my eyes. And it's not the change I want. And no one ever asks me. That's the bit that gets them. It's not the change. If it was democratically elected for this change, it's the fact no one's ever asked. And every time you mention it, shut up racist, shut up racist. But the word racist doesn't affect anybody anymore now. And we're hanging the flags up. And it is a little bit uncouth, I get that. But this is desperation times. The country's screaming out to our political leaders and to the establishment going, listen to us. I'm warning you, listen to us. Because we're in the foothills now. But there's a mountain there that I'm willing to climb for my children. And I'm willing to fight. And I'm willing to die to save my country, like my ancestors did over thousands of years. That's why I was born here. That's why I live here. That's why I look English and sound English. That's what these people are saying to the establishment. This is a warning. This is England. We're allowed to fly England flags. And anybody who finds that offensive has a different agenda. They have a different agenda. In no other country would you be criticised for flying the flag of that country. In any other country in the world, you would not. They'd see it as normal, natural, patriotic. But in this country, in England, suddenly we have people who should know better going, oh, I don't like this. But it's a warning. We're painting mini roundabouts. We're demonstrating outside migrant hotels. We're putting flags up everywhere. We can't say it any louder. This is our country. You work for us, politician. You're not our overlord. You're not our boss. You work for us. And we're telling you we're unhappy. And we're telling you what we want. We want in England for English people. I can't believe you said that, Nick. You racist pig. That's why it's called England. Because it's for the English. That doesn't mean other people can't live here. But just means we should appreciate and acknowledge England is for the English. And we're a very tolerant country. But that's why we're in the mess we're in. Because we're too tolerant. We've started tolerating people who are intolerant of us. And I don't care if this looks uncouth. I don't care if it looks tacky, painting mini roundabouts. I don't care if it looks thuggish, stood outside migrant hotels. I've got to a stage where I don't care anymore now. I don't care what you think. I don't care what politicians think. I don't care what the establishment think. I don't care. We're now fighting for this country. We're now fighting for this country to survive. Because if it carries on, it will not be England anymore. It's already become an economic zone for anybody in the world to come to. But England has 1,000-year history. England is an island nation. It has a story. People have genes that are connected to this land, to each other. You can't just land here. Or you can't just be born here and be English. It's an ethnic group. And again, that sounds racist, Nick. I don't care anymore. We need to start talking about facts. We need to start talking about the people who this land belongs to. And if you're a migrant here or descendant of a migrant and you've got no English blood in you, then you need to start thinking to yourself, I need to change that for my children. You need to start assimilating and integrating, which means you need to start breeding with us. And then your children then will be English. That's what we need. I'm sick of seeing different groups from around the world living in pockets in my country. You have your own country. How many times do we see a child of a migrant in court and then does a runner and flees back to the ancient homeland, to Pakistan, to India, to the Caribbean? And it's like, oh, that's lovely for you, mate. That's lovely. This is your country. You were born here. This is your country until you don't want it to be your country anymore. Then you run away back to your homeland. And we see it when England plays Pakistan in cricket, or a football match, or whatever, the Olympics. You start seeing people who were born here going, oh, I support my ancestral home team. That's who I support. I don't want to live with these people. Because those people are foreigners, even if you're born here. But there's also many children of migrants who live here who support the England team and put this country first. Well done them. And they're the sort of people I want to live with. We've become too tolerant. And our tolerance has been misunderstood as cowardice. But it wasn't cowardice, it was tolerance. But that tolerance is coming to an end. And we see it on the streets every weekend, outside migrant hotels. We see it in patriotic protests. We saw one in Liverpool the other day. It's coming to an end. We cannot be taken advantage of much longer. We've had enough. We can't become strangers in our own land. England is for the English, or it's for nobody or anybody. I know which one I'm choosing. I'm choosing England for the English. Times are changing. Politicians are beginning to realise. But gentlemen like this, who sees us uncouth, this isn't the England I want. This isn't the England of the tolerant and the stiff upper lip and all that. That's great. That's fantastic when your children are being gang raped. That's fine when your women can't walk the streets. That's fine when you can't get a job. That's all fine, mate. But you're okay, aren't you? Because I know you're an extremely wealthy man with a great job and a nice house. So I'm sorry if you find us uncouth. I'm sorry if you find it all offensive. But I don't care. I don't care what you think. In the grand scheme of things, you're a nobody. In the grand scheme of things, you're sounding a little bit like a quisling, a little bit like a traitor, a little bit like a coward. And I don't listen to quislings, traitors and cowards. So people like you, shut your mouth. Stop criticising your fellow citizens. This needs to continue. We need to annoy more people like him. It's the only way they're going to get the message. England is for the English. We may allow other people to live here and visit here, we may. But never forget, England is for the English. It's in the name, isn't it? England. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.